Oh my fuck, this game. Again, this game is awesome. I got it when I was like 9 years old. I loved it. I loved the story, the gameplay. It's one of the best Star Wars games I've ever seen. The level design is memorable and the enemies are varied. But dear God, is it a pain in the ass. Now for starters, all the guns use projectiles, which is fine, but all your enemies run around like cracked out rabbits. The first 5 maps of the game, you don't have a lightsaber or any force powers, and these shitty guns are all you have to dispose of enemies. Look at this shit. I mean, it's nice that the enemies use the same guns and nothing can really hit you either. I guess that's why they chose to make the blasters not use hit scans, so you could dodge and deflect things easier, I guess, and feel like a Jedi, but come on, this is such a pain in the ass. Look at this. And we're just getting started too. Finally, you get a lightsaber, you do your thing, you get the fundamental set of force powers, you think things are gonna start getting easier, right? Wrong. How naive of me to think. You have a method of deflecting blaster bolts, so what do? They give the enemies a bunch of new weapons that you can't fucking deflect. You start this bar fight in the Grands. Yeah, they're called Grands, or at least they used to be. They have thermal detonators, they just throw them, they think they're so fucking cool for having these things. And the fight takes place indoors in a building with hallways and tables and all this shit. You get outside and what's that? Oh, another weapon that your saber is useless against, the disruptor rifle. Essentially this game's sniper. Yeah, you can't deflect this thing, and usually you can't get close enough to hit them with your saber, so what do? You grab the weapon yourself and try to take them out. But here's the next problem. You need to charge this thing up to do any significant damage. And to charge it, you have to be standing still. If you're standing still, you're gonna get fucking hit, because they charge this gun faster than you do. And if you get hit, you flinch, which cancels out all the charge you've done up to that point. So after trial and error, you eventually figure out that you don't need to fully charge this gun to kill them. You only have to charge it to a certain amount, I think something around 70 or 80%. So you dodge one of their shots, and as soon as one of them misses you, the very moment you scope in, you keep track of your charge and take those fuckers down. Now, as if the snipers aren't a big enough pain in the ass, and let me tell you, they're everywhere. They are all over this fucking city. This city's economy is driven by fucking snipers. You have to navigate all these narrow-ass walkways, all while dodging enemy fire. Fuck! You occasionally go back indoors thinking, oh, thank God in heaven I get some safety from sniper fire, but no. Right in front of your face, it's these suicidal grenade guys. The game gets more frustrating from then on out. The Jedi Knight games are praised for having great saber control in combat, and player versus player, I suppose that's true because they're using the same techniques you are. But when you're fighting the NPC Jedis, and let me tell you, they're everywhere. I swear it's just completely luck-based. It's like they have just some kind of shield that immediately blocks anything you swing at them, and then their animation just instantly jumps to the according position. You have to hit them so many times on their body, which is hard to do. For them to kill you, they just have to hit you one time and it's game over. And throughout the game, you must fight at least 50 of these fuckers, usually in groups of more than one at a time.
Also, as the game goes on, the sheer number of enemies you have to deal with becomes just staggering. Look at all these sons of bitches. You can only block 1 or 2 shots at a time, and they surround you quite easily. There are turrets, there's guys with missiles and vehicles and all kinds of bullshit. And then there's this part. Fuck me, where you have to protect this fucking droid. It's nice that they introduced little mechanics like this to keep the game from becoming stale, but this part just drives me insane. The droid makes a hard beeline straight to its destination. Absolutely no concern for anything in its way. You have to clear these trip mines out of its way or it'll flat out just kill itself. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers on this ledge are trying to kill you. Dealing with them alone wouldn't be an issue, but you have to worry about dealing with the mines first, as fast as you can. So my strategy is to say fuck it and cheat. Use force push to shove that stupid ass droid into the corner to buy you some time. Yeah, you thought force push was to be used on enemies this whole time? Think again. It's to stop your dumbass allies from killing themselves. Now, I know I'm repeating myself here, but I gotta go back to this travel speed on the projectiles issue because it drives me absolutely nuts. This is really the one part about this game that I just can't stand. I tried to mod the game and go in and change these files to see if I could change it, but I don't know. I just got bored, and I feel like there shouldn't be any problem like this. They could have found some sort of middle ground here. As I explained earlier, trying to hit a moving target is absolutely impossible, especially if you're moving as well, which you usually should be. The pistol works just fine against stationary targets, as does the bowcaster and of course the disruptor rifle, but anything that's more than 3 feet away from you, and either you or them is moving, you just gotta use the disruptor rifle, and if you're out of ammo for it, you just gotta fucking ignore them. And you know, the worst thing about all this, yes, I got a haircut and changed my shirt, but the worst thing about this is that the game is so good. I love it. I can't recommend it enough. That might be hard to believe considering how much I just bitched about it. I could spend 2 hours at least talking about how great it is. But that's the problem. I love it so much that those little things just stand out so much. It's like you're walking into a room full of golden riches and beautiful women and all the happiness you could ever desire. But the ground is made of thumbtacks. Every step you take, there's just this minor nuisance that overwhelms the euphoria you should be experiencing. If the game were just terrible in every aspect and everything about it sucked, that'd be fine. I mean, I wouldn't even bother making this pointless video. But it's the fact that it's so good that made me have to just point out to everyone who has nothing but fond memories of it, parts of it fucking sucked. And I want to do more of this. I want to start a series. Because there's a lot of instances of things like this, of pieces of media and just memories in general, time periods, that people remember nothing but the good parts about. I want to go back and explain how all of your favorite things had little things that added up into these big, massive pains in the ass that you just blocked out of your memory. I'll take requests. Anybody who has examples of this that fits my repertoire, go ahead and send them to me. I've also got dozens of games on my own list that I'll review that have this exact same effect on me. And oh my god, the next one I want to talk about is such a pain in the ass, you won't believe it. Just you fucking wait. Holy shit. Tune in next time. Typical YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, share, rewatch, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Thanks for watching. Play this game, but be ready because it's a hard motherfucker.